It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Orlando Magic. Orlando comes into this one following a loss to the Timberwolves. That makes it 4 straight on the losing end. They don't want to overreact, but certainly a win tonight would go a long way towards soothing their nerves. When he's healthy, Brook Lopez is one of the best centers out there, but he's continuing to have these foot surgeries, Shaq.
Yeah, but he just got that $60 million contract, so there's a lot riding on that foot. He's actually only had his arch lowered to reduce the strain. Hopefully that solves the problem.
Wow. Do you have high arches, by the way?
I don't know. I never checked.
It'd be down there on your feet. That's where you'd have to check.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the arch on my jumper.
No. Let's go down to Kevin Harlan.
Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. This road trip for the Magic kicking things off here in this one. Some doubts forming early for these guys. They've gone 0-4 to start the season. They need a win, fellas.
I know they've got to be disappointed with how they've started to this point, Kevin, but you know what? It's a long season. This thing is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not 6 furlongs. This thing is 1.5 miles if it were a horse race. So take that into consideration. Stay the course. Stay steady. And they've just got to keep their eye on the prize and know that they can get better before they get worse.
And they will get better, Clark. I mean, this is a team that just started this season. They can't get any worse right now, but I think they'll get it together. They'll play better.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Orlando. At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Smith is out there with Vucevic, and it's Payton in at the point guard position. Victor Oladipo, the 2nd overall pick in last year's draft out of Indiana, viewed as a can't-miss prospect for his combination of athleticism and work ethic and defensive potential. And you called a lot of his games in college, and now you see what he's doing as a pro.
Well, you know, he was also favored to win Rookie of the Year, and really like everything about Oladipo, Kevin. His attitude, his work ethic, his skill level. There was some question as to whether or not he was big enough to be a 2-guard, and he's shown that he's actually fairly comfortable running the point, and his skill level is pretty good. We talked about him maybe being favored to win Rookie of the Year. That honor actually went to Michael Carter-Williams, NCW. But nonetheless, Oladipo had a strong first year.
And the Magic giving Oladipo a lot of playing time at the point guard spot in his rookie season. And that hadn't been his role at Indiana. But it's really good for his skill development. He's 6'4", he's got a good handle, a chance to hone that playmaking and court vision.
So it's Brooklyn now. Magic knocking down the tray. Johnson, the pass to Williams. From the baseline. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And speaking of the Rookie of the Year race between Oladipo and Michael Carter-Williams, a historic moment back in December. Those two rookies went head-to-head. They both had triple-double. The first time that's ever happened in NBA history.
Now here's Vucevic. His last outing, he had 8 points. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Here's Anderson. The shot is off. So Orlando will take it the other way, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Here is Williams, following the score by Josh Smith. And Anderson kicks to Williams. Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Right side, Williams, 6 to shoot. Goes up from the top of the key, and the shot is good. Williams has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. The Magic have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Payton dishes to Harris. Back to Payton. Jacks up a 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, I don't think they enjoyed watching the tape of that loss, because there's no question they were the better team going into it, and yet they got completely crushed.
I'm actually still trying to figure out what happened there, Steve. No matter how it looks on paper, you've still got to show up, lace up, and play. It looked like they just weren't interested in being there.
It's deflected and stolen by Darren Williams. Right side, Williams, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Magic, Steve, a team that 6 years ago was playing in the NBA Finals, but a full-on rebuild is taking place in Orlando.
Yeah, the departure of Dwight Howard kind of set that process in motion, and now trying to build with young talent, being very patient, and you know, they've put some good pieces in place. They've got to continue their strong work, though.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Lopez. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Kevin Garnett. Bogdanovich is checked in for Allen Anderson. And Jared Jack is subbed in for Johnson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know, when you think about the Orlando Magic building patiently through the draft, kind of the Oklahoma City model, and the front office of the Magic run by people who worked in OKC and the Spurs organization before that. So they're not trying to take any shortcuts. They want to build this team right.
You know, for the Magic, initially people thought they really got the short end of the stick in the Dwight Howard trade, but in hindsight, they did quite well. They've acquired some nice young pieces, some draft picks, and I think looking forward, the Magic are actually in a pretty good position.
Now, here's Felton. Oh, Quinn can't hit. Outside Williams. Plumlee sets the pick for Williams. For the 3, and the basket's good. Bogdanovich has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here is Felton. Shot to stop the run. And that does it for the first quarter.
The new season in the NBA.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, Clark and Steve, what do you guys think about what they have or haven't been doing?
And I thought the key to that first quarter, guys, was the turnovers they faced with that aggressive defense.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off for them a few times already.
Bogdanovich out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Williams. Then there's Plumlee, and it's Jack in at the 1 spot. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Bogdanovich. The shot no good. Felton with some nice D. The Magic trail by 5. Well, it looks like the Nets got a steal, taking Mason Plumlee with the 22nd pick in last year's draft.
Yeah, you know, he's listed as 6'11", but over 7 feet tall in shoes. I don't even know why they measure these guys without their shoes on. You're not playing barefoot. You're playing the game in your shoe. So that should be what you get measured at. I mean, every time he gets the ball close to the rim, he's looking to throw it down. I mean, I love his athleticism and the fact that he has a don't settle mindset. He's hungry, he's aggressive, he plays with really nice force for a young guy.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Darren Williams has been battling ankle injuries the last several years. It's taken not just a physical toll, but a mental one as well. As Darren has said, I used to step on the court and feel like I was the best player no matter who I played against. I've got to get back to that. Even if I'm not the best player on the court, I've got to feel like I am. Guys?
Certainly a player to root for. Thanks, Doris. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Mirza Teletovic. Anderson comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Johnson in for Williams. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Vucevic checked in for Fry. Smith comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. Tobias Harris is checked in for Gordon. And it's Oladipo in for Green. Now here's Anderson, looking for his first basket still in this one.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Felton the pass to Oladipo. Vucevic against Lopez. And Vucevic kicks to Harris. Just 5 to shoot for 3. Felton. Plumlee with the rebound. Nets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Well, you talk about the financial commitment by the Brooklyn Nets. Last year's starting lineup was the highest paid in NBA history.
Well, to a man, they all made well over $10 million, Kevin. I mean, Joe Johnson was over $20 million, and boy, that's a lot of cheese to be coughing up to those guys, but it is what it is.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Mason Plumlee. And a change for the Magic. Payton's checked in. Kicks to Oladipo for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Lopez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And for the around 26 non-luxury tax teams in the NBA, they might want to write up a nice thank you card to the Nets, considering that the Nets paid about $88 million in tax. That's the highest in league history. A good chunk of that change goes to those other teams.
And he gets the bucket.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Payton dishes to Oladipo. Back to Payton. Plenty of space. Misses off the left iron.
But even as expensive as the Brooklyn roster has been, the Nets are still enjoying a huge boost in franchise value since moving to Brooklyn. 2 years ago, the team was valued at $357 million or thereabouts. I wonder where these valuation numbers come from. But anyway, last year that number was at $780 million. That's not a bad return in just a couple of years. It almost sounds like play money.
The Nets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Good on both.
Really, last season was just the second step in the aftermath that was the Dwight Howard trade for the Magic. Still trying to find a direction and acquire building blocks, and that does take a little time.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Nets leading by 4. Jack passes to Anderson. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Now looking now at some numbers for Oladipo. Last season's performance for him averaged 14 a game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And right now it is just about putting in the work so he can become a bigger part of this team soon.
You know, it won't happen overnight, but what goes in the wash comes out in the rinse. If he puts in the work, the results will show up.
Nicholson's checked in for Smith. Now here's Lopez. 8 points for him. It's Anderson with the drive. Second chance shot. Lopez, no luck. The Magic trail by 4. Oladipo for 3. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but you know, you got to be smart too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Bogdanovich is checked in for Anderson. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And a switcher also for Orlando. Dedmon's checked in. Here's Nicholson, powered down with both hands.
You know, who says the big guy doesn't like to attack the basket? I mean, could have fooled me on that one.
Yeah, nice change of pace for him to power one home.
Yeah, it's not usually his role, but he takes advantage of the situation there.
Here's Williams. The Magic getting the bucket. Pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Lopez, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Now here's Payton. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. He dishes it to Dedmon. Payton up top. He's guarded by Williams. And Oladipo kicks to Nicholson. Magic moving the ball around. Shot from the wing. And it's blocked by Johnson. And we finish one half of basketball. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, this Brooklyn team has evolved in so many ways the last couple of years, and this season, the addition of Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, how exciting is this for this basketball team?
That's a great feeling, man.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Well, Lopez has been great. 10 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
Now, you're right, Clark. He's done some really nice work inside.
And so, in the game for the Magic, at the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Vucevic is out there with Smith, and it's Payton in at the point guard. And that one's good.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Brooklyn leading by 4.
Brooklyn Nets going all in last season, a record $89 million in luxury tax payments, on a mission to win a championship. Of course, it didn't happen, but the question is, where do they go from here?
And, you know, for the Nets, between their trades with the Hawks and the Celtics, they've actually traded away most of their draft picks through 2018. So, you know, what you see is pretty much what you're going to get with this group.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. You remember the Nets owner guaranteed a title within 5 years. That's this postseason. Said if he failed, he'd punish himself by, Steve, getting married.
Sure, his future wife appreciates that comment.
Yeah,
but,
really.
I don't know. Maybe he's a romantic at heart, Kevin, or maybe not.
What a way to get your marriage started.
Yes. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Coach Lionel Hollis helped define the Grizzlies' grit and grind style and was asked if he'd replicate it with the Nets. He said, quote, "We're going to be aggressive and tough. We'll play together and never quit. But how our style will be is up to the group. The key is creating a system that fits them and allows them to excel." Kevin, back to you.
As a coach, you've got to adopt your talent, Doris. Thanks. And so it's Brooklyn with it, following the bucket by Orlando. Clock at 6. Lopez with the ball. Now Smith defending, and he gets it to go. And it's 6 points for Williams.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Brooklyn. Now here's Payton. And Oladipo kicks to Payton. Here's Harris. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 4 assists in the game.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Payton against Williams. It's taken away by Payton. And it's Smith penetrating.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Outside Williams. Johnson with a screen on Payton. Left side Anderson. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. And the Nets lead by 3. Darren Williams enjoying an efficient season, shooting the ball last year, 2013-14. Steve, his best field goal percentage in years.
Yeah, and over the last 2 seasons, you know, his best consistent three-point shooting. So he's become a dependable threat from long range.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Here's Teletovic comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Johnson. The Magic also changing it up. Gordon's checked in for Tobias Harris. Green comes in for Oladipo. That's Felton in for Payton. Here's Smith after Jared Jack's score. Misses from short range. And about Orlando and their stars, is a better clock to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on your team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot, though.
11 feet away. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 5 assists tonight.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Raymond Felton.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Return to sender. And now Orlando on the break. Gordon's running for the lead, and it's laid in by Felton. Felton's got 5 points now in the quarter. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
A great matchup. I mean, these two teams really, really match up well talent-wise. I'm enjoying this.
Jack's shot is good.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Outside, Felton. Green kicks to Smith. Brooklyn with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The shot and game clock separated by 4. It's blocked. Green kicks to Smith. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Tough play. He had to fight his way all the way to the rim.
So both teams making some changes here. The Magic shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Yeah, basically a middle-of-the-road type free throw shooting team, about 76% a year ago.
Here's Jack. He has 7. Pass to Bogdanovich. 4 seconds left, and the shot is good. Bogdanovich has got 5 points so far. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Sure has been. I mean, guys, momentum is hard to come by in this one. I mean, it seems like one team gets the lead, and then the other one storms right back.
Yeah, and that is evidenced by the 8 lead changes we've seen so far.
This Tuesday.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, this had to be the choice. It was an absolutely sensational feat, putting it way up there above the rim so that only his teammate could catch it. And not only does he do it, but he powers it down from there.
The timing of these plays are just phenomenal.
No question.
The Nets with the lead. Down low, Kevin Garnett and Brook Lopez. Deron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Brook Lopez, an elite scoring big man. Tremendous size and shooting touch. He might be the best low post scorer in the NBA.
And for Brook Lopez, always gifted offensively. That's a given. Where he's improved, I think, is in his defense and rebound. It takes a lot of effort to move that big body around, but he's made that commitment to really get after it, and it shows.
They set the pick. Payton with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Oladipo for 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 6 assists now in the game. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. And Lopez, over 7 foot tall, 275 pounds, guys, not especially athletic. And that can leave him, Steve, sometimes vulnerable, defending away from the rim.
Yeah, that's why a lot of teams try to put him in pick and roll on the perimeter, just to test his agility and try to get by him to get into the paint.
And O'Quinn kicks to Oladipo. And it's Oladipo again missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Vucevic checked in for Andrew Nicholson. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Brook Lopez managed 17 games last year before needing season-ending surgery on that right foot. That was his third surgery on the foot in less than 2 years. And that's the question now. Can he stay healthy?
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Lionel Hollins was giving to his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
From the wing, count that one. 14 points for Victor Oladipo. And for the Nets last season, it seemed that they found their rhythm as a team once Lopez was out. How could that be?
You know, sometimes you lose a key cog in your offense and in your team, and other guys step up and change how you're playing, and guys get some confidence. And they're all pros now, so when the opportunity knocks, guys are ready to step into that role and fill the gap. And I think that's what happened.
Outside Williams. They get a hand on it. And up the court come the Magic on the break by himself. And Payton throws it down hard.
Boy, this is shaping up to be a real barn burner.
Well, I think it already is. I mean, we're going to find out which team tightens up under the pressure and which one can stay poised.
Williams dishes to Garnett. No one near him. It's rebounded by Payton.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Now the feed to O'Quinn, and it's sent back by Lopez. Johnson attacking. Passes to Lopez. Oladipo against Lopez, and slam dunk by Harris.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in.
2 minutes.
Now here's Williams. Now the pass to Lopez. Looking to end the run, and it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Payton outside. Shot from the top of the key. No luck. The Nets go the other way with it.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
A second chance effort. Here's O'Quinn, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Great job taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him no choice but to foul there.
He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And Brooklyn making a change here. Anderson's checked in, and he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game here. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're losing by 9. There's 1:26 left to play in the final quarter. And Orlando making a change here. Smith is checked in, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And the basket by Johnson.
Definitely doing his part because he's made his share of clutch buckets here in the fourth.
Smith inside, guarded by Garnett. And it's Smith missing.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Nets, Darren Williams.
Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6. And both free throws good for Williams.
It's been a great game for Williams tonight. He has 8 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
Payton kicks to Smith. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. The Nets working the ball around now. Tipped away. It's stolen by Oladipo. He feeds it to Smith. Vucevic the pass to Smith. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're down by 9. 24 seconds left in the game. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Lopez. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Kevin Garnett. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Johnson. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Williams. Jack against Felton. They set the pick. No good. And so it's Orlando winning this one. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Nick, what can you point to as the team's primary strength for getting this win here tonight?
We were really good on defense, and then once we get stops, we're very good on offense. We got some easy ones. We just kept grinding, we never let it back in the game, and it felt good to get this one tonight.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Victor Oladipo.